My sister lied and told our relatives that my homemade cake was from a fancy bakery. I exposed her lies in her face. My sister Renee threw a birthday party at her place last weekend and made a whole announcement in the group chat that nobody should bring food because she had it handled. Renee is the type who loves being the host with the perfect taste, and she needs people to know it. I like baking. It is my actual hobby. So even though she told everyone not to, I spent Saturday making a chocolate cake from scratch because I wanted to, not for credit. When I got there, she said thanks and set the cake on the counter, and I did not think anything of it. A little later, I was pouring a drink when I overheard her telling a few of our relatives that the cake was from a fancy bakery downtown called Sweet Bay, and that she did not want people asking for the recipe all night. I laughed at first because I thought she was joking. Then someone else complimented the cake, and she said it again. Sweet Bay, so good, I know a guy there. Every single time someone praised the cake, Renee told them she got it from Sweet Bay, and she looked proud of herself for finding it. I kept waiting for her to mention I made it. She never did. Then one of our cousins came over to both of us and asked which bakery it was from, because it was one of the best chocolate cakes she had ever had. Before Renee could answer, I said, actually, I made it. Renee rolled her eyes and said, does it really matter? I told her it kind of did since I spent hours on it. She shrugged and said nobody cares where a cake comes from, and that I was making a scene over dessert. The annoying part was that a couple of the relatives standing there kind of agreed with her, telling me to relax. It was just a cake. Why was I making it weird? So now I was the difficult one at my own sister's party for saying I baked the cake I brought. I pulled Renee aside and told her she could just tell people her own family made it. It was not a big deal. She said, honestly, it sounds better coming from a bakery. People expect more from a place like Sweet Bay. She really thought lying about a cake made her look classier than admitting her family baked one. When things wound down, I packed up what was left, half of it still there, and took it home because it was mine and I made it. The next day, Renee texted me that she had planned to send slices home with people and that me taking it back was childish. I told her it was strange to be upset about losing a cake she kept telling everyone she bought from Sweet Bay. She did not answer that. What she did instead was keep the story going. Over the next 2 weeks, I heard from 3 different relatives about the amazing Sweet Bay cake at Renee's party. She was telling everyone. When I texted her that it was getting weird how much she talked up a cake she did not even make, she wrote back that I needed to get over myself and that it was her party, so it was her cake to talk about however she wanted. One of my aunts told me I had embarrassed Renee by making a thing of it at the party, and that I should apologize because Renee worked so hard and I made her look bad in front of guests. I said I made the cake, and Renee lied about it. And my aunt said, well, it does not matter now. Just let it go. Everybody wanted me to let it go. Renee had turned my cake into her win, and I was supposed to smile about it. So I let it go, because there was nothing left to say. And then it took care of itself. That same aunt, Thisbe, the one who told me to drop it, loved the cake so much that she decided she wanted one exactly like it for her anniversary dinner. So she went down to Sweet Bay to order it. She described it, the chocolate cake from Renee's party, and asked for the same one. The bakery told her they do not make a cake like that and never have. Thisbe thought she had the wrong place, so she asked Renee for the exact name. Renee, still not willing to tell the truth, said maybe it was a special order, or maybe they had stopped making it, and told Thisbe to try a different Sweet Bay across town. There is only one Sweet Bay. Thisbe went back and forth with them twice, getting more confused, until the cousin from the party told her to just ask me directly. So Thisbe came to me and asked if I really had baked that cake. I told her yes, from scratch, and I offered to make her one for her anniversary. Once she found out, the whole story came apart. The same relatives who had told me to relax and let it go had spent 2 weeks praising Renee for a bakery cake that never existed, when the entire time it was the homemade one I brought that she said nobody cared about. When people started asking Renee about it, she switched her story and said she only said Sweet Bay to protect my